Hello my friends, this is Roman Ivanov. Every single day we're getting closer and closer to holiday season. I know many of you start thinking about buying holiday presents for friends and families, and the idea of putting your home on the market might be further and further as the holidays closer and closer. I know many of you are thinking about doing some renovations inside your property to increase value and maybe putting it back on market in spring. So first, I would strongly recommend setting goals. You want to sell it for more later, you have to put in consideration many different things. Like the interest rates, they continue increasing. We're gonna face that in the spring. We're gonna have a lot more properties than we have right now, and we're gonna have in this holiday season. So you have to make these renovations compelling to these buyers that are going to be shopping out there in spring. What is the main reason for selling? Are you trying just simply get the most money possible out of the house? Or maybe you should consider the fact that moving right now, let's say if you're thinking about moving to sunny Florida, would benefit you more rather than paying your mortgage, rather than paying taxes, rather than keeping the property off the market and vacant if you're thinking about being in sunny Florida in a month or so. Question number 2 that I would strongly recommend to think about before making this decision is, how am I going to do it? Create a budget. Know exactly what you want to do in your house, how much is it going to cost you, what type of materials you're going to use. Get 2-3 quotes from contractors. So when you shopping around for a contractor, first start with asking your friends and relatives or someone you know if they have worked with that particular guy and how his work looks like. If you can locate a contractor within your friends and families, maybe you should go online and maybe type up a post on Facebook and get real answers from real people rather than just searching for ads. Number 3 that I strongly recommend you to ask yourself is, how would you react on the expenses that might go over the budget? In many cases, when you tear down the wall, when you got in a kitchen or a bathroom, you might find something that you didn't expect to find. It could be rotted floors, rotted walls, dated electric, many different things that you cannot assume from the very beginning. And if you have very tight budget, these expenses can go through the roof and completely overkill the whole project. So the question number 4 is, are you ready for a plan B? So let's assume you got a great renovation, the contractors show up on time, they do the job, you get everything done right and beautiful. And then spring comes and the rates go up and the market full of property like yours selling for less. Many vacant sellers, they will flow with the market. And if you overkill the budget, if you invested in your property and you have this certain amount you have to get out of the sale, it might put this sale into jeopardy and you might have to sell it for less than you expected. So the question number 5 that I strongly recommend you to think about, I'll leave it to the very last because it's very important. You have to estimate after repair value very carefully. In many cases, sellers think that the more they put into the property, the more they get out of it. Sometimes sellers think, well, I like this style and everyone likes it. It doesn't work like that. You have to be very careful what you're gonna buy, what type of quality. Is it gonna fit in your neighborhood? Is it gonna fit into comparable sales? I've seen the sellers put in very strange materials just because they like them and make very strange decisions because they don't have experience investing. And it ends up with expenses that ends up with confusion, that sellers think that the house is $100,000 more expensive than it actually is. So get someone's opinion who've done this before, or just maybe it's time to sell now rather than putting money in your property and waiting when it sells for more in spring. It's really your decision. My job is just to advise you how to do it right.